Okay.
because this we are predicting scenarios the same.
So, okay, everything's locked and loaded. Let's throw it to the casters and get into the game.
Here we are, game number 2. Super Ken on this Hayabusa Air 404 on the Lancelot. We know that these two junglers from both teams are really good at Assassin, and we're going to see another showdown. Wolf and Naisu, your casters for game number 2. I have a great feeling about this. It's Hayabusa versus the Lancelot, and Obsidia is in, man.
I was just gonna ask you, man. The Obsidia coming through, I think I was kind of surprised by that in the draft here. It's like, I remember when Obsidia came out, everyone was like, you know, is she gonna be OP? Is she gonna do all this that we usually see? And hold on, Zed, whoa, getting a little overzealous. Arrow 404 will clean up a kill. Both junglers picking up their own, trading the roamers on both sides. So that's about as even as it gets, man. Both kills going to junglers, both roamers going down, right? But yeah, going back to my point, I feel like when Obsidia came out, a lot of people were wondering just how she would be utilized in that current meta. And I feel like teams, it took them a while to figure it out. Not that many teams, though, even globally, use the Obsidia too much. Like, it was very specific teams or players that like to go ahead and play that. And I know she didn't get any changes, right? In the patch, like, she was untouched. So
yes,
I just feel like Obsidia as a whole is kind of like in this neutral ground. Like, she can be good if she's able to scale up and get to the point where she needs to, or she does abysmal, you know? And that's not just because she's from the Void. Like, she can do really, really poorly. So that's something definitely you want to watch out for, how Nako plays this game here.
What I noticed is that in the past months, like the better half of the season, especially when Obsidia was introduced, it was the Granger Harith show, basically.
I think it still is a bit.
It is. And the reason why that's the case is because you want to be strong in the early stages.
Strong in the early stages here. Arrow 404 will be able to claim that first turtle. Is Vel going to push this for Zorn? Okay, he does it, but now Vel might actually get punished himself as he does. A little overextension there. DFYG, but they trade it. Trading that turtle, going in the hands of Team Vamos. So a kill plus an objective, and yes, as you were saying, Wolf.
Yeah, I think the reason why people are not, I mean, at least from our region in Southeast Asia, and particularly in the Philippines, why there hasn't been much Obsidia is because why would you go for an unsafe pick when you can just pick up Granger and Harith, right? Yeah. And at the same time, because there are so many good assassins in the hero pool that we have, it's difficult to pull up a traditional marksman.
Where's Zorn going to be able to get away from this? Oh, no!
Oh, my
Super Ken
goodness.
Goes back with a shadow, but he does get punished himself. And now Zed might be next. Uses the kick, though, just barely surviving. Good play there by Zed to stay alive. And this is Vel claiming a lot of extra gold up here on that gold turret. Gold plating up here up top.
Oh. I wonder, like, for Team Vamos, what we do know is they have this Lancelot, I mean, the Guinevere with the Farsa, which is such a great combo. If they continue on pressuring DFYG and just punishing Vel, for example, the Lapu-Lapu, this will be a really good game for them because right now they're even oppressing this gold lane. If they still get this outer turret with shields, it will be massive, and I thought the Harith will be enough to defend. Okay, they will not push through. But that would have been a great way for them to kind of increase their gap, gold gap.
If they're able to increase a little bit further. Nice initiation, a forward play, and a recall from Zorn too. After that, again, this Guinevere we have seen so much lately in the past couple days here, Wolf. Well, now it's in the hands of Zorn as a roam instead of in the jungle. So, yeah, great initiation. They're able to get this turtle as well. Clockhoon actually survives the shadow kill, so he's going to be fine. And now this is an aggression play from Arrow 404. Going to be going for Super Ken. Super Ken, will he be able to get away? That he does. A feathered airstrike drop down too. A little bit charged here with Falling Star Moon. They're going to go for Zed. Siska jumps in on the turret, but doesn't want to overcommit to this unless they juggle it around. A jump in from Zorn, and now Vel joining the fight a little bit late. Comes down with a land shaker. Popping off here, but not enough damage on this Lapu Lapu just yet, but look at this. Siska comes in, staying around in the mid lane. Will finally have to flicker out. There's the shadow kill. Clarkoon takes a couple of the hits himself to keep Siska alive, and now Super Ken could be in a bad position.
Man.
Team Vamos absolutely punishing DFYG.
Great synergy coming out from Team Vamos. You see how they get in and out of the fight there. It seems like it looks like a rally, actually, like a badminton or a ping pong rally or a tennis rally. We've seen from Team Vamos, they're just passing the ball around, and it looks very, very good. For example, when Clockon tried to evade the jump coming out from Vel, this guy did not overly commit onto the Lapu-Lapu and went for the Valentina instead, which kept him at tail, and they will get more even as Zed is getting outplayed across the map. Clockon and Zorn are just so good at making the plays happen for Team Vamos.
Good plays there. Again, very aggressive and decisive. And you know what this allows Natco to do on the Subsidia that needs that time to go ahead and scale up? Well, just, you know, have the time of your life. Natco, go ahead and farm up, get that scaling that you need, get the stacks that you need here on the Subsidia, and you're going to be all good. So DFYG really down behind now up to this point, you know, 6.5 minutes in almost. I don't think they're in a position to actually contest the turtle, so they kind of have to just kind of give that up here. Look at this positioning too from Team Vamos. They want to go ahead and challenge DFYG. There's the kick. Way the Dragon's gonna be able to find Zorn out of the picture. So DFYG will take that challenge. Oh, the damage from Era 404. Is he going to be able to get long? He does, using the puncture under the turret, but now Era 404 might get punished. He's got the moves, though. He's still alive, and Siska will take down Zed. It was so bad for DFYG to fight under that turret. Man, Super Ken style on the Hayabusa right now.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of recovery from DFYG, but it's not going to be enough. It seems like Team Vamos are just well coordinated. The way that they are managing their abilities and their spells, you know. They didn't even have to use the flickers, but just the fact that Zorn's spacing was great is the way that he's finding the targets. Siska, not only is this Esmeralda a very good pick versus the Lapu-Lapu and the Harith, like it counters a lot from DFYG, but Siska's positioning and aggressiveness is just so much on point. He knows his limit, and he knows the proper target to go to. He doesn't need to be in front of the Lapu-Lapu all the time. He can even pressure the Valentina, as we've seen many times in this game. And now it has came to a point where Zorn is tanky enough to act like a pseudo Cho, or even a much tankier Cho in this game.
The tank Cho at this point, you know. And I feel like that one saving grace here for DFYG might be that late game if they can somehow get there. Whether that's going to be Super Ken scaling up, but I don't feel like Era 404 is giving him much of a chance, you know. And Vel, I think he's going to do a better job at just choosing when to go in with the bravest fighter in a lot of these exchanges, and they need time for long to build up. They're going to need actually quite a bit of time to catch up after this. You know, almost 6,000 gold behind. Here's the bit of the stacks too from Natco, and you know, we haven't even seen that full potential just yet from the Subsidia, because it's definitely, you can definitely feel it towards the late game, but I don't know if DFYG is going to get there, man.
It's going to be up to how they funnel some of the resources onto Long, because they really need to activate this Harith. Not only that, you have to give farm to Super Ken as well, because he is that hero that can output the damage enough to take out this Esmeralda. Oh no.
That's Natco's time to shine. He pops out a ton of damage, and again, you really can't get away once you're tethered to that Obsidia. She's going to be dragged with you. So Team Vamos just taking more up to this point. Lord's going to be coming up here in a couple seconds. So now with Team Vamos healthily ahead of DFYG. Some big items being picked up here. They got complete control of this side of the jungle. Super Ken might not see his buff at all up to this point, as Lord is quickly dealt with by Era 404, securing that. Let's see what happens. I don't know if DFYG even wants to get close to this. Yeah, they don't. It's taken, man. Everything right now is all Team Vamos. They're looking to end this game quickly if they can, potentially even on this first push with the Lord. we know it's still difficult to end a game with a first Lord push, but it's possible with this kind of lead, almost 8,000 gold ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Zed's going to try to make a play, I think. He's charging up.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, the jump in. Zorn actually goes in. He already has the immortality, so he's actually going to be fine. They get the flicker down from Zed, so that is out of the picture as they have to defend here. That Holy Shield's going to pop down a bot. Mid waves are going to be pushing in to take down this tier 2 turret in a second. Cocoon might drop this feathered airstrike once it's back online just to go ahead and keep them in control. There's the punch in, a spatial migration, taking out Zed, knowing he doesn't have the flicker. Shadow kill going to be used as Vel's trying to get back to the base, trying to disengage from this as Siska cuts them off. A tier 2 turret finally falling. And that's going to be the last shield that pops as well. DFYG in a tough position now up to this point.
Not even a tickle of damage for Siska from that Ogi Shadow kill. And we talked about how this became that Zorn was able to reach a point where he acts like a pseudo tank with a Guinevere. That's exactly what happened. You saw that he jumped in front of 3 members of the DFYG with the immortality untouched, like up to 60% HP, and the DFYG felt like, okay, there's no point on trying to punch this Guinevere, let's just get out. That would have been a good play for DFYG, but Zorn had the luxury of checking the bushes, face checking the bushes even, because of how strong he is. This is immortality and a couple of casual items for the Guinevere. Silence rope for magic, you have the Dreadnought armor, and then straight into the immortality. Belt of Ares obviously giving him HP, so this is an interesting...
It's an interesting, it's a Zorn build, man.
It's a Zorn build. And you know, also, he has more gold compared to the Farsa. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Zorn, part of his mission too is, you know, just to jump in, get that focusing mark activated, and then, you know, basically from there, he leaves the rest of the team's hands. And, you know, that's how you want to play the Guinevere in the roam. You're kind of just there to go set things up, spatial migration, and go for it. Zed's going to get seen out of that bush. Yone, oh, I'm not sure if that's the ultimate he's going to want to hold on to. Yone taking a feathered airstrike to the face. He's going to fall, just gone in an instant. There's their Violent Requiem too. Vel's trying to get away, but under the base they go. A defensive kick from Zed to keep Arrow 404 from possibly cleaning up a kill. A Shadow kill's not going to do anything. Not a tickle at all, as you mentioned, Wolf. Base turret falls in the mid lane. And there you go. I'm not sure if they want to press for more with the Lord being up. Take the discipline round, go start this Lord for Team Vamos, 11,000 gold ahead.
The walk of shame coming out from Ewon. The Valentina popping the Purify, double dashing, but the flicker and the feathered airstrike coming out from Clocken was just way too much on point, and Valentina could not survive that. Even the Shadow kill tried to defend the mid lane with that. Super Ken just cannot output enough damage to even be a threat for Team Vamos. This is looking to be a one-sided affair. Esmeralda from Siska is a good pick that cannot escape the Obsidia now.
Yeah, solid choice here that they have right now. The Obsidia, this is definitely the time where she's online and ready to rock and roll. Nako having the stacks there as well. They're going to go for it. Yone in trouble, trying to get away and burst it down again. Vel trying to do his best with the Bravest Fighter, goes in with a Landshaker Flicker combination, but it's just way too much as Natko has all the space in the world. And now fighting around this Lord. 3 members of the DFYG trying to disengage here. Zed trying to buy some time with G-Kendo, but he's dealt with by Siska. He's going to have to heal back up. The Lord was cleared out, but the waves pushing in on every front as Team Vamos is looking to take it to Game 3 in this elimination match. A feathered airstrike dropped down again from Cocoon. Zed will go down to the jump in forward, but the base is going to be worked on and locked on forward. They're looking to end it here, but clearing out the waves, and Team Vamos